Today on XYZ with Erik Zachary, we've got your tech tidbit because it's Tuesday.
That's right.
Running back what's trending in technology. Also, the test.
Ooh,
Test. We got to stop doing that. That sounds creepy. I need like an echo effect.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Putting our minds to the test on pop culture trivia. Stories that we've recently talked about.
That's right.
How well do Jordan and I today remember those? We're playing for you at home. Your T-Mobile topic, the TSA is stopping people for random security concerns, like Ellen Pompeo got stopped for sunflower seeds.
Real dangerous stuff.
Which leads us to believe that there's some other crazy stories out there. We'll find all of that out in XYZ with Erik Zachary starting now. On today's episode of House Hunters, we're going for a castle.
That's good. I like that.
I've always wanted to work on HGTV.
Okay,
but yeah,
really?
Princess Diaries 3, which has been confirmed. It's happening.
Yes.
Anne Hathaway is returning. No word of Julie Andrews, who's 89.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she isn't returning.
She said something along the lines of she's done with acting. But I mean, if you're going to come back for one more role,
this would be the role.
the Queen of Genovia.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But they're looking for locations.
Yes.
And inherently, with the plot line, they need castles.
Yep, so the team is now in the Czech Republic scoping out castles.
How many castles are in the Czech Republic?
I have no idea. Here's my issue. This is my problem. America still has no castles. It could be us.
We have some castles.
We have medieval times.
Okay,
Trace.
What?
You know what?
Okay, yeah.
Valid.
Princess Diaries 3
Valid.
on the way. It's XYZ with Erik Zachary. XYZ with Erik Zachary. Let's get into your entertainment update. Your XYZ ENT, all brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. Today, joined by our entertainment correspondent, connoisseur, and confectionist. That seemed like a fun word.
Is that a word?
I don't know that.
Confectionist?
I don't think that makes sense here.
It's someone that like works with like sugar and like sweets and
Yes,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
In the
Gotcha.
confectionery.
Yeah.
And Tamara is just so sweet to me all the time.
There it is.
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
Wow. We'll take it.
That was sarcasm. Tamara, let's talk about this Mariah Carey album on the horizon.
Yes, I have some news that is going to make Jordan squeal. Mariah Carey.
Squeal is
Yes.
such a great choice.
She's not wrong.
Mariah Carey has some new music coming our way. She's dropping, I'm guessing, a single on June 6th. She hasn't actually stipulated whether it is the single or the album because she is teasing both. She is teasing the upcoming album MC16, which would be her 16th studio album, which is incredible in and of itself. But she has a new track called What's Your Type? I believe that is what is dropping this Friday, which I'm very excited about. So I'm right beside Jordan squealing.
That's right.
Okay. June 5th would be Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, June 6th. No.
5th is Friday. No,
No,
6th
'cause
is
June
Friday.
7th
Wow.
is
I was
Come
like,
on.
wait. Not one of us had a calendar in front of us.
No,
We-
June
we-
7th is Saturday.
Oh my God, this is okay. Mariah
June
Carey.
6th.
Mariah Carey has a new single and/or album dropping this Friday, presumably.
Yes.
Yes.
We don't know
Yes.
for certain, but we
Yes.
know something's
Right.
coming. This is her 16th album. How many of those were Christmas albums?
Eric,
I just saying. It's
believe-
not like 16 original works. It's 16 Christmas versions
I
of All I
can't-
Want for Christmas.
No,
is
no.
a whistle pitch.
She is 24, just the rudest person ever. You are. She's got 24 albums in total, 15 studio albums. This would be the 16th. 2 soundtracks, 7 compilation albums, and 4 EPs.
and a Nick Cannon in the books.
Yes.
Also, well, speaking of lovers, Anderson .Paak is reportedly a producer on this album and
Yes.
also reportedly
Yes.
her new
Ooh.
boo. So I'm actually excited because he's one of my favorite artists, and
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
his flavor is going to be so great with her music. So I'm excited for this.
It can't hurt her. So here we go. Mariah Carey. New music on the way. It's XYZ with Erik Zachary, your XYZ ENT Entertainment Report, all brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. Taylor Swift, who recently finally acquired her complete catalog, all of the masters she now owns. No more Taylor's versions. It's all Taylor's versions.
It's all hers.
Her original album streams have shot through the roof,
Yes.
streaming almost double, actually.
More than double.
double.
For example, Speak Now streams rose 430%.
Oh my
Wow.
Those are unheard of numbers.
Now you got stands being like, which version are you listening
Right.
to today? And they all support our queen. And listen, I like Taylor. That's a hell of a business
At
deal.
this point, like, don't even give us the stats from Spotify.
No,
Like, the
no.
numbers just don't even make sense
Taylor
anymore.
just needs her own streaming platform.
Yes,
at
yes,
this point.
yes.
Wait, Beyonce tried that with Tidal, right?
And that was more Jay-Z
Okay.
thing. But, yeah.
Just saying, Cowboy Carter's on Spotify,
Oh,
so
man.
it's XYZ. James Bond 007 First Light, a new video game coming to all gaming platforms, including Nintendo Switch. So Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and the upcoming Switch 2.
That's right.
It's the first James Bond game in a while, and,
Yes.
and one of the first proper first-person shooter narrative games, probably since GoldenEye. There might be one or two in there.
Yeah, I
So
think there
dumb.
was
There's
one-
a slew
Yeah,
of
there's
them.
one
that
from,
came
like,
out.
Don't come from me.
2012.
This is
Yeah.
the first one I care about since GoldenEye.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be good. It's an original James Bond origin story, and if you're a
Baby Bond.
big Bond guy like ourselves here,
Not that far.
not that far, but this is probably the last story by the Broccoli's, who owned the James Bond rights for the longest time.
So it went to Amazon, right?
Yeah, it went to Amazon, so everybody's always worried about the movies, who's gonna do what, but this is the last thing they approved, so this could be a good story. Yes.
No, that's Goosebumps.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know.
What's
I don't
James
know.
Bond?
Yeah,
Nothing makes great radio like three dudes just going da 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 da. XYZ with Erik Zachary, your tech tidbit, all brought to you by Straight Talk from Verizon. What's trending in technology news? Getting ready for Apple's WWDC, their conference where they usually announce updated computers and various other iOSs and whatnot. No real sneak peeks, but hey, the old computers are on sale right now. So,
Oh,
Oh,
if
all
you've
right.
been looking
that's
for,
probably the biggest news.
that's the big news. Yeah, if you're looking for like a what's the Mac Air?
Yeah, the original
MacBook
Mac Air. Yeah.
Yeah, anything like that. They're on sale right now.
Okay.
That's what I have to report. There's not a lot of tech news. Everything's like so convoluted AI.
Right.
Instagram for iPad is reportedly coming. I didn't know that we didn't have it. And then I realized you can download it for your iPad, but it's just like the narrow phone version.
Oh, okay. So it's completely
I
compatible.
think it's going to be formatted for an iPad.
for an iPad. Great.
Yeah.
My mom will have the worst takes somewhere else.
Does your mom have an iPad?
Yeah, but I mean, Facebook is just,
Yeah.
and I'm not just my mom. I'm not singling out her.
I am.
All of
She
our
sends me
moms.
so much stuff.
Oh, she sends me a ton of stuff, but that's her love language, you
Okay,
know?
got it.
Yeah. But
all right, iPad.
Yeah.
So now if you're already worried that your kid was on your iPad too much, get ready.
right.
It's being adapted for when they get older and move out of Roblox. But
They probably won't jump to Instagram if your kid is on. They'll probably have some new Facebook. Blue Sky will probably be hot.
I feel like we've been waiting for a new social network, and we've been talking about it for so long. Like, we all want it, right?
Yeah.
The last real new one was Snapchat.
We should make one called Touch Grass.
Where it's not a social media.
Yeah,
app.
go outside.
Go
You
You
can-
open it up to log your time outside.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Exactly.
Tech Tuesday is now a think tank. It's an incubator. XYZ with Erik Zachary, your tech tidbit, all brought to you by Straight Talk from Verizon. The test on XYZ. We said we were going to stop doing the
Sorry,
whisper
sorry,
of the
yeah.
test. It just
It's
doesn't work.
infectious,
Talking about
man.
next
I got to get like an echo effect or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
less creepy. The test, pop culture trivia questions that we've recently talked about or stories that relate to or pertain to something we've recently talked about on the show, aka Jordan and I should have the answers or be able to recall them quickly.
Right.
However, it's a lot harder than you'd think because we throw in some older aspects to it.
Yes.
So with that said, the current score, I think Trace is in the lead.
No, Jordan's in the lead with
I am.
3. I have 1.
I've
Tamara
never
has
played.
0. You've never played.
I've never played, so yeah, Tamara has 0.
Yes.
I just want to make sure she's not here to defend herself, but I just
Nope.
want to make sure that's known.
Yes.
All right, Jordan and I playing head to head. This is my first time playing. Use your name as your buzzer. Trace, I'm turning the hosting reins over to you.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. Sabrina Carpenter recently made history by landing 2 songs in the Billboard Hot 100's top 10 simultaneously, thanks to Espresso and Please, Please, Please. But before she was a pop sensation, she got her start on which Disney Channel series?
Jordan.
Girl Meets World is correct. 1
That
point
was
for Jordan.
Disney Channel?
That was
Yeah.
Disney
That
Channel.
was a different one.
Nope.
Girl Meets
What?
World, Disney
Yeah.
Channel series.
The reboot of Boy Meets World.
Yes, exactly.
How many points is that?
It's 1 point.
Okay.
1 point.
Excellent.
This is also worth 1 point.
Okay.
Taylor Swift made headlines. She finally regained ownership of her master recordings after a years-long battle. Which company sold her the rights to her first
Eric.
6 albums?
Jordan.
Eric.
He said it before.
Oh, you go before
Yeah,
the
but
question.
he didn't say that
no,
rules.
No,
He
don't
didn't
do
say
that.
rule.
Don't do that.
Shamrock Capital.
Don't do that.
I'm going to give it to Eric because I did not say it. Shamrock Capital.
See,
Tied.
this man
1 to 1.
cheats. He
Now if you-
always
1 to 1.
cheats.
You'd like
He
to say
always
it.
cheats.
Now we're back to even.
Okay.
Jordan, did you know it was Shamrock Capital?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right. Question number 3. Wait until the question is fully done before you
Okay.
buzz in.
How many points is this?
This is worth, we'll say 2 points.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
2 points.
You get a chance, buddy.
Shut up.
Katy Perry launched her highly anticipated The Lifetimes tour in April of this year, marking her return to the global stage. What is the name of the album this tour supports?
Jordan.
Eric.
143.
143 is correct. I do have a bonus question.
Okay.
This one is worth 3 points. So,
I don't know where we stand. What am I at?
well, you are at 3.
Okay, Jordan's at
Jordan's
1.
at 1.
Okay.
So he could win 4-3 with this one.
Jordan's checked out right now. His eyes
No,
are
he's
the
locked
wall.
in. He's locked in.
I'll give you the Taylor Swift question. if
Leave me
you're gonna
alone,
act
bro.
like
What's the
this.
question?
Here we go. Guillermo del Toro's adaptation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is set to premiere on Netflix in November of this year. Which actor will be portraying Victor Frankenstein in this film?
Eric. Frankenstein.
No, incorrect.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no clue. Jordan?
Jordan.
Austin Butler.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it. No, Oscar Isaac
Oh,
is playing
okay.
Victor
Who
Frankenstein.
that?
I know who it is.
Oscar Isaac?
Moon Knight.
Yes, Moon Knight, yes.
And
Oh.
the new Star
And
Wars.
also Star Wars, yeah.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
famous. But yeah, all right, well, that's it. Eric,
Eric
first win.
wins.
First
yeah.
win.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable with that. I'm gonna
Good.
give
You
Jor-
shouldn't.
3-1.
I'm gonna give. Can Jordan and I tie?
I can give you one more question.
Yeah. Do you have one more?
I have one more
Okay,
question.
then yeah.
All right, one more question. This one's the winner take all.
Okay.
Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special aired back in February, drawing nearly 15 million viewers. Which legendary musician performed Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, and The End during the special?
Jordan.
Jordan.
Jack White.
No.
Eric.
No idea.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks, no. I'll let you keep guessing until you get it, because someone's got to win the tiebreaker.
We trapped ourselves.
It's not Betty White.
Not Betty White, no. Musician, famous musician.
What were the songs?
Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, and The End. It was a medley.
The Weekend.
No.
I don't know those
Older.
songs.
Miley Cyrus.
No.
This is awful.
This is awful.
This is
Hell.
embarrassing.
That was the first question that came up. It was Paul McCartney was the answer.
Oh,
Paul
okay.
McCartney.
Who's that?
You know Paul McCartney. Oh my goodness.
All right. You know
End
what?
this. End this.
End it.
We'll surmise this as a tie
Okay.
between Eric and Jordan.
Now, see, he
I'm
want to
feeling-
take the
I'm
win.
feeling very
Look at you.
kind. I want a clean win. Nothing says pickleball burgers like Japan, apparently.
Oh,
and
okay.
Burger King. Yeah, Burger
Yeah.
King is launching the pickleball burger,
Yes.
which is a burger surrounded by rice, which looks fire for
It's-
what it's worth.
3 patties, 11 pickles between 2 rice patties.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree with you. After a couple drinks, I would be slamming a pickleball
Couple
burger.
drinks, couple sips of water. I'm diving in. I love rice. With that said, I don't understand what this has to do with pickleball.
No
The
idea.
Pickleball Japan Federation has done a collaboration with Burger King in
They're just
Japan.
calling it the pickleball.
They've
burger?
made I guess pickleball is now blowing up in Japan.
Oh, because there's
so-
a ton of pickles on it.
Yes. Oh,
Well, no, I was
Lord.
just saying. In my head, like it's not commonplace to have the rice patties, but I bet that's a normal thing in Japan.
Yes,
Burger
yeah,
Kings.
Yeah. Mhm.
I just want to go to Japan.
Yeah, me too. I would that. I'm trying 3 of these.
Yeah. All right. Pickleball burger. Hop a quick flight to Hanada and you can give it a shot.
Yeah. I'm also not playing pickleball though.
It's XYZ with Erik Zachary. More about nothing on XYZ with Erik Zachary. It's all brought to you by Optima Tax Relief. Fun facts, deep dives, history behind today. It's kind of a 2-for-1. We're talking about a new show that's out.
Yes.
Which would normally fall into What Are You Watching Wednesday, but Jordan wants to upset me. So we're going to talk about the history behind Nathan Fielder, the, I guess, TV personality or social
Comedian.
experiment
Yeah. Yes.
person.
Yes.
Taking on the FAA.
So recently, his new show, The Rehearsal Season 2, he's made the entire season about what goes on during the FAA, and like he wants to essentially prevent plane crashes. He said, "Why do they happen so often? I'm going to do a deep dive," and used his entire season to figure that out. He ended up becoming a 737 pilot, went through the entire training, hours of flying, and found a part of the course states that a co-pilot has to do something whenever the pilot isn't flying the plane correctly. Now, everybody knows that. Well, I'm not going to say everybody, but Erik, I know this is where you get upset. Where he's saying that they don't do enough essentially in this training. Now it's
to be a co-pilot.
To be a co-pilot. They say, hey, if Trace is flying the plane incorrectly and you're the pilot and I'm the co-pilot, I should stop you from doing that. But that's all it says. Next page, right? He then brings up in several episodes where different logs of times planes crashed, where a co-pilot was like, hey, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And the pilot was like, I don't care what you said. I'm going to do this anyway. I know what I'm talking about.
There's a difference between pilot and captain. So you're referring to the left seat. Captain is saying, I don't care.
Sure. Yes.
Because they're both pilots.
Yes, they're both pilots.
First officer is the official title for the person who sits in the right seat.
Right.
Okay, if you're going to fight me on this, let's
Passenger.
get it right. They are both...
No, say passenger side. Like if you're thinking cars.
Yeah,
left,
right
right,
side.
yeah.
Right, the right side.
Yes.
Got it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's left seat and right seat. But
Yes.
they're both pilots. They are both trained and fully equipped to fly a 737.
They can both be captain if they get it, the title, right? There's not a separate
They both could be
co-pilot
captain at
training
any point.
versus-
It's an
got it.
experience seniority thing.
Right.
Got it.
Right. His whole thing is that if a captain says, no, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, even if they're not, there's nothing else. There's no further protocol from that. And there's a lot of plane crashes that connect to that. That is what the whole season is about. And so he went on to CNN and all these places because the FAA is like, no, we've got training in place. And he's like, I know the training. I took it.
He's saying there's no like protocol that if a captain's very hard-headed, basically,
Yes.
says this is my ship, that there's no like I'm going to take control of the captain.
Yes. That's essentially what he's saying.
Ultimately, though, it's written as a captain has final discretion on an aircraft.
Yes.
That's with anything, medical procedures, with security concerns, anything. It's a captain's final say.
Yep.
I don't get the problem here.
He's saying that shouldn't be the case. You
Okay.
should be able to override.
Hey, what was the point of this? More about nothing?
It's more about nothing.
Okay.
There is no point.
Got it. The rehearsal, starring Nathan Fielder and taking on the FAA.
Yes.
Thrilled about this one. Pilots out there hearing this know that I'm on your side. It's XYZ with Erik Zachary. More about nothing's all brought to you by Optima Tax Relief. Gonna be honest, saw this story and kept scrolling. Don't know how it made it into our show today, Jordan. Thank you.
I want to know your thoughts. Let's see where
My
you're at
thoughts
with
are
this.
this is the dumbest story in the world.
Okay.
Is water wet? Apparently, there's a group of scientists that are having a conversation of the exact definition of water,
Yes.
and that water inherently may not
Can't
be considered
be wet because it would have to be on something and it makes it that wet. If you jump out of a pool, you are wet, but the water itself, water can't hold water. This conversation has come up over the years.
How does this benefit mankind in any capacity?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. What are your thoughts though? Is water wet?
My thoughts are we're moving on next.
What is let's is it wet?
Yes, Jordan.
Okay. No wrong
Does
answer.
the straw have one hole or two holes? This is the
That's
same.
a very definitive answer. Erik.
XYZ with Erik
It's
Zachary.
one hole.
From the T-Mobile studios, it's XYZ with Erik Zachary. For a great deal on an iPhone 16 Pro, head to T-Mobile.com. Ellen Pompeo
Yes.
was stopped at the TSA for what they considered a security concern.
Yes, she had sunflower seeds.
I could see it. You
Yeah.
don't want too many sunflowers sprouting on a 2-hour
Well,
flight.
to be fair, they were Erewhon sunflower
So the
seeds.
most expensive
yes.
sunflower seeds.
Were they really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
they were.
That's hilarious that
Yeah.
that's denoted as part of the
Yes,
story.
yes.
Headline.
What was the reasoning? Just the oil looked weird in the scanner?
Yeah, they
chemical
thought.
scanner?
Yeah, they thought that it was drugs or she had some sort of narcotics on her. They held her. It was a huge issue. She was like, they told me that they might have to bring in the bomb squad.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. She
Over
was.
sunflowers?
Yeah, held her for an hour. She almost missed the flight, but it
crazy.
turned out to be sunflower seeds.
I mean, I've heard some wild TSA stories, but usually it's because it's like shaped a certain way.
Yeah. Yes.
That's crazy.
Oh, they confirmed they brought in the bomb squad.
Oh, they did bring them in?
Pompeo said, I had the bag of sunflower seeds, organic sunflower seeds. Literally, they held me for an hour and they brought the bomb squad in.
Crazy.
Wow.
All right, we'll
Entertainment
unpack
Weekly.
this more next. In the meantime, what's the wildest thing you've been stopped for at the TSA or a story you've heard or maybe experienced? We'll talk about it next. Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy, Ellen Pompeo, was stopped at the TSA in Los Angeles airport, LAX, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yes.
Because of sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
That they considered a bomb threat.
Yes.
Wild. I mean, obviously, we've all been there, right? You've gone through airport security and they randomly select bags. Sometimes it's warranted. You're like, I can understand why that looked weird in the scanner.
Right.
Sunflower seeds seems pretty crazy. The only semblance of sense I can make out of it is that like maybe the oil, sometimes like
it was
the
an
chemicals,
oil,
yeah.
on the bag.
Yeah.
They ran it up.
ran a different way. But anyway, putting that aside, crazy TSA stories.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan, we'll start with you.
I once had my recording equipment, so microphone, cables, everything, and dress shoes with shoe horns in them, like the metal
do
old
that.
school
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
You'd have thought I was ready to bring the airport down.
Oh, man.
The way they stopped me, checked my bag, brought me into another room. It was a whole mess. I missed
Wow.
2 flights.
2?
Yeah.
How long were you
How do
held?
you miss two? Would they
Because
detain you?
Yeah, they did. They held me for a while. I was getting a direct flight, and then I
Oh, so
missed
you missed
that
the
one.
connecting. Got
and
it.
then I had
Oh,
to.
therefore you missed
Yeah,
it.
and then
Got
they
it.
were like, "Oh, we'll put you on a connecting flight," and I missed that too, and just had to wait for the next direct.
Crazy.
So, yeah.
Tamra, story from you.
Yeah, well, it's actually not my story. It's one I saw on Instagram, but it's so good I have to share. It's like a video that went viral. The TSA agent opening up a woman's bag because something was.
Oh, I know this
buzzing.
one. Yes, I know
Yes.
this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he like
Yeah.
opens the bag and sees that it's a lady's toy.
Yes.
And he like makes this really funny face like right at her, and everyone's like kind of giggling around them. So I just thought it was really
You
funny.
have to imagine that stuff happens daily.
All the time.
Right, often.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
especially like
Yeah.
with the sex positivity trends that have been
Sure,
happening. More
yeah.
people are traveling with their toys.
Right.
And I mean, I can only imagine what the TSA sees. Randomly stopped me the other. I mean, I get stopped all the time because of recording equipment like you. Like
Sure,
just
yeah.
like microphones are long, cylindrical.
Right.
It can kind of look like the barrel of a gun.
Yes.
But I got stopped the other day because of a coaster that I gotten from my girlfriend's mom.
I remember you telling me this.
It's just
yeah.
a little like ceramic
weird.
coaster, and he stopped it. I was running so late for my flight, by
Right.
the way. Almost missed it. Was meeting Jordan. And he pulls it out, and even he was like, "Why did we flag this?" Because it's like not the same person. And
Yeah.
I remember him looking at me, and I was like, "He's like, yeah, it's got these," and points to the corner.
Sharp corners.
And I said, "Edges? Like, what are you talking
Yes,
about?"
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coaster.
Crazy TSA security concern stories where you've gotten flagged or someone you know, or maybe you've seen someone get flagged.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some wild doozies out there. Or if you're a TSA agent too, just funny stories. XYZ content on Instagram. Right in, let us know. It's no secret that China's been kind of at the forefront of technology,
Yes.
of education, of just forwarding different ideas
Intelligence.
when it comes to business and intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah, now they have a new big brand idea, which is going to an office and pretending to work.
Yes, there's this new trend where if you are unemployed, if maybe, you're retired but want to feel like you're back in the workplace, there are fake offices that you can go to for $4 to $7 a day, and they have desks, Wi-Fi, coffee, lunch. If you want a fake boss, you pay a little more. They have situations where people can be a manager of this fake office, getting no work done. You can stage rebellion against the superior in this office.
So
Again,
it's a full simulation of
it's
the
a
office. At first I was
simulation.
like, this is a co-working space, but like people are paying for above and beyond, which
Yes.
is
Yeah.
to have someone reprimand
So
you.
you could technically use this as a co-working space if you got a desk. This
Which
would
is
probably
very
be-
cheap
Yeah,
for a
the
co-working
cheapest
space.
option
Yeah.
possible. You would be by yourself, but know that there are other people in there who are literally playing work.
That's wild though. Because it's absurd. I know, I understand
Right.
that,
Yes.
but I'm saying like if you're someone that's not the best self-starter, but you like work for yourself or you're self-employed,
Yeah.
which are the same thing that I just said twice. But let's say like you need to get a task done, and you just do well with someone being over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Right.
You go here, you pay $4, you get a desk, get a Wi-Fi, and then you get someone to yell at you or check in every 45 minutes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That could be very beneficial here in the States.
But what's funny is the person checking over you is also paying to be a fake manager.
oh,
So there's levels
Wow.
to this. Yeah,
I would pay $4 for the day to yell at people. to yell at fake employees.
Vent, yeah.
because
Yeah.
they do say that
It's like a metaphorical like anger room.
Yeah.
Or what's it called?
Yeah.
the
Rage-
rage
rage
room.
room,
Thank
Rage
you.
rooms,
Yes,
yeah.
You just smash glass.
What if
Yeah.
you really like to clean? Can you be a janitor?
You pay $4?
I'm paying
to-
you $7. I'll clean this whole thing. I'll make it look spotless.
I mean, it doesn't break down
I'll
like
bring my
all
own
the
tools.
positions or fake positions that are open, but
Electricians.
I don't see why
Plumbing?
this could be possible.
I got an idea. For the low cost of $10, which is very reasonable,
Right.
Yes.
we'll let you guys play radio.
You're
Oh,
gonna
all
make-
right.
You're gonna make me pay to come to work.
Are these mics on?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
What is this being broadcast?
XYZ with Erik Zachary. End of the show on XYZ with Erik Zachary. We were talking earlier, wild ways you've gotten stopped at the TSA.
Yeah.
In the airport for not real security concerns, but, you get flagged for something looking weird in a scanner or the metal detector going off.
Yep.
Someone writing in and asked to remain anonymous for obvious reasons. They said, I have a lot of piercings, winky face.
Oh.
And that
yeah.
is almost a constant. I have to ask always.
Yeah.
Just for a hand pat down, just to avoid the embarrassment.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I feel like, I don't know, we're not past a certain point of technology where you can tell the difference between like a small metal stud and, I don't know, a bomb.
A weapon. Yeah.
My thing is, you bought the flight. You knew you were going to be at the airport. You can't take that out.
I think
Right.
certain piercings are a little harder to remove.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it from a
I'm
man
into
or a woman?
This piercing world.
It's a woman.
Oh, okay.
I don't want. I'm trying to be very delicate,
yes,
right?
Yeah,
sure.
But I can imagine that there's certain
Right, yeah. Once it's in, it's not coming out.
giblets
Right.
that
Yeah.
Giblets.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
Don't want to ruin the giblets.
Oh my God.
Anyway, wild TSA stories, keep them coming. These are fun to read through.
Yes.
Make a burner account. I don't care. Just send them in. XYZ content. You can DM us there. You can also send voice notes if you ever want us to air it on the show. That is the easiest way to get a hold of us. That is it for us today on your Tuesday.
That's right.
That's it for Tamara Dia.
Yes.
That was,
Yes.
that was so meek.
She's already walking away from the microphone. That's why. She's like, we're done.
Jordan Foster.
I wasn't
See
sure
ya.
if you were going to keep going. I was like, okay, yes.
Trace
yes,
Hamilton.
Goodbye.
Yes.
And myself, Erik Zachary. We'll see you tomorrow.